Alright, so we're going to Legacy, and we're going to talk about a deck that is everyone's favorite deck to play against in Legacy, which is why it's got these nice, beautiful group hug Ajani sleeves. And that deck is Pox. So we're running 4 small Pox. It's 2 mana. Each player loses 1 life, discards a card, sacks creature, then sacrifices a land. So the main goal of the deck is to destroy our opponent's lands, make them pitch their hand, and prevent them from playing Magic while we do all the fun stuff. So to help Pox out, we're running 4 copies of Sinkhole, just 2 black mana, destroy target land. We have a honorary land destruction because in Legacy, fetches, and Modern 2, of course, fetches are all over the place. So you wait for your opponent to crack their fetch, and you Shadow of Doubt. 2 mana, 2 black or 2 blue, which it's always going to be black for us because we're mono black. Players can't search libraries this turn. Draw a card. So when they crack that fetch, tell them they can't search for it. We are running 2 Fulminator Mages. And keep in mind, this isn't the optimal build. This is just my build for the deck. And it works pretty good for me. I like it so far. So 2 Fulminator Mages. Just 3 mana, 2/2 that sacks to destroy a non-basic land. For the discard package, we're running 4 1 mana discard spells. 2 Thoughtseize, 1 black. Target player reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards it. You lose 2 life. And 2 Inquisition of Kozilek. 1 mana, they reveal their hand. You choose a non-land card, mana costs 3 or less for them to discard. Also running 3 Hippie Specters. A 3 mana 2/2 flying. When it deals damage to an opponent, that player discards a card at random. The best thing that can happen with this is that you hit and they pitch 2 lands. Or not 2, but 1 lands. 2 lands. I had 2 lands on the mind because I'm thinking of our playset of Hymn to Torok. 2 mana sorcery, target player discards 2 cards at random. If target player does not have enough cards, they discard their entire hand. Again, 2 mana, and it's 2 cards at random. You're either going to get a land, hopefully 2 lands, or 2 things that they really wanted to keep. We have 1 more, and I'll save that one. That one's a pretty good spell. So we can do a lot of this on turn 1. And we're doing a lot of this with our mana acceleration, which is 1 Cabal Ritual, which this one isn't turn 1, this is turn 2 or later. If we've got Threshold, it adds 5 mana, but just generic value, 2 mana, give you 3 black mana. And a playset of Dark Rituals. And you will see this in the mana base when we get into the lands. A lot of my stuff don't match. Like these Dark Rituals here. A lot of different pictures. Well, I think they're all different pictures. Yeah, they are. Alright, we are running 1 Beseech the Queen. It is hybrid, 2 black, 2 black, 2 black. Most of the time it's just going to be 3 black for us. You search your library for a card with converted mana costs less than or equal to the number of lands you control. Reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle your library. Alright, so with this deck, a lot of times I ended up putting these in because a lot of times where you'll get is you'll be top decking against your opponent because you will waste a lot of resources destroying their lands or making them discard. And granted, they won't have lands or they won't have cards in their hand, but they're going to have one or the other. And if they start drawing whatever they're missing, whether it be land or cards in their hand, spells to cast, you're going to be at a huge disadvantage. So the normal Pox deck just has Obnoxious right here as your card draw engine and an emblem to help you win the game. And he's -3 to destroy, but he's mainly here as your card draw engine. That just wasn't enough for me. So I've got 2 Night's Whispers, which is 2 mana. You draw 2 cards and lose 2 life, but that's not what I want. I'm just being picky. I want 3 of these Sign in Bloods, which is target player draws 2 cards and draws 2 life. And I just refuse to play with the normal Sign in Bloods because this one looks so good, and I feel like all 3 of mine should look like that. And the reason that I want those is because I'm running one of Magus of the Will. 3 mana, 3/3, pay 3, tap him, exile him, and you can cast things from your graveyard. And for the rest of the turn, if a card will be put into your graveyard from anywhere, you have to exile it instead of putting it in your graveyard. So the reason I want that is if we've got engines, we're attacking with Hippie Specters, Fulminator Mages, we've done various other things to make them lose life. If we've got 3 Sign and Bloods in our graveyard, we can make our opponent lose a lot of life. Granted, they're going to draw a lot of cards, but they're going to lose a lot of life. And I just think that would be the most hilarious win ever. Magus of the Will to Sign and Blood you to death. And our last honorary, Land Destruction. And this is a long game plan, and it's hit or miss. Sometimes you see it and you don't really need it. So technically the card probably shouldn't be in here, but in other games it will just straight up make someone scoop. And that is Sadistic Sacrament. 3 mana with a kicker of 7. Search target player's library for up to 3 cards, exile them, and that player shuffles their library. If it was kicked, you search their deck for 15 cards and exile them. Every time, unless I'm playing like a specific combo deck or something, I'm going to search out the combo, but most of the time, if I've turn 1, destroyed a land, turn 2, destroyed a land, turn 3, destroyed a land, emptied their hand, whatever, I'm probably going to kick it and search for 15 lands just to make sure they never draw another one. And how do we kick it, and how do we get the mana to abuse our Magus of the Will? Well, let's get into the mana base. And forgive me for my lands not matching, because none of these match. None of them. One of Baron Moor. Cycles, draw a card, or it comes in tap. So turn 1, 2, 3. We can play it tap, just get out of the way. Late game, we can cycle it to get something more useful. 1, 2. Mistress Factories, another win condition for us. Attach for colorless, or you can pay 1, turn it into a 2/2 assembly worker. And you can tap it to give an assembly worker creature +1/+1. Running 2 Mutavaults. 1 mana to give it 2/2, and it becomes becomes all creature types till end of turn, and it's still a land. And see, lands don't match. To accelerate us a little bit faster, 1 Gemstone Caverns, just for the random rare occurrence that it might be in our opening hand and potentially give us 4 mana on turn 1 with a Dark Ritual. 2 Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth, all lands are swamps. 2 Wastelands, see, again, not matching. They're Tempest Wasteland, sack, destroy non-basic, and Eternal Masters. 1 Cabal Pit, attach for a black, deals 1 damage to you, or you can sack it to kill something. And our big payoff for Sadistic Sacrament, Magus of the Will, Cabal Coffers, and again, not matching coffers. But it has pay 2, tap it, add 1 black for each swamp you control, which if we've got Urborg out, that's going to be a lot late game. We run a abnormally high amount of lands in this deck because we know we're going to be blowing everything up and we don't want to miss land drops. Oh, and here comes the... this ain't too painful. All the swamps match except for 1. Alright, so Zendikar, full art, swamps. 1, 2... 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So we're running a total of 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25 lands for monocolor deck with an extremely low curve. Yeah, 25 is a little high, but like I said, we don't want to miss land drops. Alright, and this sideboard is a little unrefined. There's a few things that are in here for like aggro matchups because I got beat by goblins a while back and I don't want to lose to goblins. That's a horrible deck. So we've got a Liliana Last Hope, 3 mana, 3 counters, +1, creature gets -2, -1. Screw your lackey. -2, mill 2, get a creature back. Probably not ever going to do that. -7, get an emblem. Gives us X2/2 zombies, X is 2 plus number of zombies we control. So she can win us the game. Knight of Soul's Betrayal. Because I don't want to lose to Infect. I don't want to lose to Elves. I don't want to lose to Goblins. That's why. Shrieking Affliction, if we need to go on the super discard plan. 1 mana at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep. If that player has 1 or fewer cards in hand, they lose 3 life. Yixla Jailer, 2 mana, 2/1. Cards in graveyards lose all abilities. Hate for Dredge. Another Dredge hate card. Tormod's Crypt, 0 mana, sat. Remove target player's graveyard from the game. We have a Vraska's Contempt. Mainly here for Jace the Mind Sculptor. Really, that's my answer for Jace. We have 1 Oubliette, just to deal with any pesky creatures that might come out and bite us in the ass. 2 Vault Scourges, and yes, they're different pictures, and this is part of where my sideboard is a little unrefined. I didn't have the things I wanted to put in here, so I just put an equipment package, and what we're wanting to equip our equipment to are Vault Scourges. 2 mana, 1/1 flying lifelink. The equipment that we're using is Batterskull. Living Weapon. When it comes in equipped to a Germ token. The equipped creature gets +4/+4 Vigilance lifelink. You can pay 3 to return it to your hand, and it is 5 to equip. And a Sword of Light and Shadow and a Sword of War and Peace. That is a lot of text. I will leave it here for a second for everyone to read. Those arts are nice though. Alright, and that is my version of Legacy Pox. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time.